আর কমেন্টের কথা বলে কমেন্ট দেখাবা, হ্যাঁ? Hello, dear students. Good morning. Expecting you are passing a good time with your daily work. I am also fine, but missing you every day. Today, I am going to deal with a lesson which is very important in your life. It is not only important for your examination, but for your daily life. Of course, you have to maintain these things, and this is very important for an educated person and for every person of the world. And you know, actually, as a human being, of course, we deserve a very unique quality among all the creatures of Allah, that is rationality. So all human beings are rational beings, and being a rational being, definitely you have to maintain some rules and regulations in your life when you will go outside of your family, and of course inside of your family you have to maintain that things. And I am going to deal with Unit 4, Lesson 1, and that is human relationships. And today I would like to focus on etiquette and manners. These two things are very important. Actually, many educated person of the world, we see they are sometimes we feel some anomaly in their characters, in their dealing with people. So there are some basic etiquettes and manners in our life. We have to deal with the person. Actually, you have to know the way of behavior with your surroundings, with your relatives, with your relations. That means you have to follow some rules and regulations in your daily life. And for that reason, this unit is very important, because if you can't behave properly, you will be misunderstood. And for that reason, you have to follow some unique characteristics according to your custom, religion, and culture. Today, I would like to focus on some basics of etiquette and manners before going to the original text. Right now, I would like to focus on some quotation of some great personalities of the world related to this area. First one, we can see, good manners will open doors that the best education can't. That means there is a saying, civility costs nothing, but rewards many things. That means sometimes we can achieve many things by good behavior, good manner. So the quotation is very appropriate. That is, good manners will open doors that the best education can't. And the next one, a man's manner are a mirror in which he shows his portrait. That means what type of man you are, what type of person you are, you can detect it very easily by showing your manner. So it looks like it looks like a mirror. And another thing, there are some things that money can't buy. There are some things that money can't buy, like manners, morals, and integrity. You cannot purchase these things by investing money, but you have to build up good manners, good morals, and of course integrity. And these things will help you to be a real person. And then manners are a sensitive awareness of the feeling of others. If you have the awareness, you have good manners, no matter what folk you use. That means you have to build up a sensitivity and sensitive awareness. That means awareness is very important. Awareness is very important, and it is a prerequisite for being a conscious personality. And if you can be aware of many things, your life will be smooth. So for making your life smooth, definitely you have to be aware. So there are lots of quotations related to this field, but I think you can, if you realize the quotation and these sayings, of course you can get something from here. And then I would like to focus you on some basics of etiquette and manner. What is the definition of etiquette or the manners? These two words are very important to our life. If I say etiquette is not just about which folk to use, it is showing respect for yourself and everyone else in your little corner of the planet. That means you have to show your respect to yourself and to the others. We live in a hurry-up world, but that doesn't mean you have to abandon all the nice ties of polite behavior. Being kind and respectful to each other helps us feel connected. Says Lindy Grosso, knowing how to act in any situation also projects self-confidence and sets the stage for how you expect others to treat you. That means we are expecting good behavior from others. We are expecting good behaviors from others. At the same time, of course, we should remember one thing, that the people, the people around us, of course, they expect the same behavior from us. That means we should behave with others according to what type of behavior we expect from others. So definitely we have to be conscious about this field. And I would like to focus you some tips related to the areas. Offer up your seat. You know, sometimes it is a very common saying today that our generation, sometimes it is very common saying, but I don't want to be agreed with that. That is, our generation actually doesn't know how to respect the elders. You know, definitely it is very important for us to maintain these things. What is that? If you are in perfectly good health, offer your seat to anyone who is either in poor health or pregnant. Make commuting easier for those who need it. That means, suppose you are very strong, you are very healthy, but somebody is standing beside you. Of course, you should offer him your seat, and this will prove your kindness, and this will prove your integrity. This will prove your good morality. So you have to do this thing. Let your waiter come to you. Sometimes, actually, when we sit in a restaurant, at the time, sometimes we call the waiter like the hello. No. Don't call your waiter in this way. Never yell or wave your hand at the waiter while dining. Make their job easier by being patient, politely get their attention when they pass by. That means sometimes in our restaurant, sometimes we become very impatient. Try to be patient at the time and try to be very polite with them who are ready to serve you. Say, excuse me. This is very important. Excuse me. This word is very important and it will make your life easier. It is the polite thing to do when you bump into someone. Even if you are not really the one to blame, why not just avoid conflict and brush off the situation? So try to avoid argument. Try to say this word, excuse me, and try to just make the situation under your control by expressing these things. That means if you want to make your life smooth, of course you have to follow some rules and regulations, and you have to use some words which will make your life easier and comfortable, and which will make your life smooth. And then say please and thank you. We should not forget these two words. These two words are very important in your life. If you just say somebody please or thank you, don't bother to use these words even to a rickshaw puller, because actually we should not hate everybody. We should be polite to everyone. And if you use please or thank you, definitely just try to practice these things. Your life will be very smooth and easier. When you are really in the line at the coffee shop or being waited on a restaurant, use the magic words. It is about showing the attitude of gratitude, says Grosso. It also models your expectations. When you are rude, you usually get rudeness in return. The same thing. If you behave rudely, definitely you cannot forget the rudeness from others. So if you want to get mild behavior, definitely you have to follow these things. That means these two words, please or thank you, will make your life easy, and of course you will get good behavior from others. So in that moment, you have taught the person that it's okay for him or for her to speak disrespectfully to you too. Instead, use please and thank you with abandon. It requires little effort but yields big results. That means you need not to invest much time or money or anything, but it is very simple thing. What is that? Please or thank you. If anybody helps you, don't forget to say him thank you. That means the very person will not feel offended, and definitely you will be rewarded for that thing. So these two words are very important, please and thank you. In your daily life, try to use these things appropriately. And then smile. You know, sometimes a smile can solve a big problem. A smile can solve a big problem if you ask somebody to anything about anything, or if you expect anything from others, try to just have a smile at the cashier, the bank teller, your co-worker, even if or she doesn't smile back. Don't expect anything from the opposite side, opposite person. Try to do your job, try to do your duty, and try to just have an ingratiating smile into your face so that your work will be easier. Hold the door for the person behind you. Sometimes it is very often that we are going to some places, suppose restaurant or any shopping place, and some people are behind me, and I am opening the door, and without giving any chance to the people behind me, I am just closing the door. That is really inappropriate. Try to help that person. Just don't close the door. Just hold the door so that the very person can just go inside. Maybe that person will forget to say you thank you. Don't bother, but you are doing the best one. In a world in which we are often distracted as we rush through a long list of errands, that means command, holding the door might not seem like a big deal, but it reflects of a larger issue. Holding the door is not an action, it is an attitude. Don't think that you are doing something slavery. No, it is an attitude. It is an attitude, good attitude, says Grosso. It shows you are friendly and thoughtful, which elevates you in the eye of the person behind you. Do people like it more when they get published aside and you go first, or when you take an extra minute to hold the door and let them go ahead? And if someone hold the door for you, always say thank you. If anybody just does these things for you, don't forget to say him thank you or say her thank you. That means these very simple words will make your life smoother, will make your life easier. So don't forget to use these words in your daily life. Welcome a new neighbor. Introduce yourself and bring a small gift, such as a plate of cookies, flowers, or a potted plant. Your effort will go a long way, because people don't forget a good first impression. First impression is the best impression. If you are introduced to anybody for the first time, try to just give him a small gift. A small gift. Maybe it is small, but actually it will remain inside his heart forever. And definitely that impression will be treated as a good impression, says Grosso. You don't have to become best friends, but you live by these people. It is nice to know their names, chit-chat occasionally, and watch out for each other's kids or pets. Suggest exchanging phone number or offer the names of good dry cleaners, restaurants, or other service if you are new to your town. That means, suppose you are introduced with a new neighbor, and that very person is very new to your locality. Try to help him by informing somebody, some essentials, and so that people your neighbor will be benefited for that reason, and definitely this relation will make your life smoother. And take care of someone if need, whether it is an elderly neighbor who lives alone, someone who is sick, or a person who has experienced loss. Reach out to someone. Making an effort doesn't have to be monumental, says Grosso. The smallest gestures stand out nowadays. Don't simply say, let me know if there is anything I can do. They will likely never ask. Instead, drop off a bucket, bring takeout or homemade soup, mow the lawn, offer to pick up groceries or babysit, or spend an hour sitting with the person, because sometimes the best thing you can do is simply be present. So actually it also shows your humanity. If you do something for anybody, of course it will show your humanity, and as a human being, of course, you should foster humanity into your heart. That is very important. That is very important. We should not thrust aside our unique quality, that is humanity. Among all the creatures of the world, definitely human beings deserve these things, that is humanity, and of course you should foster this humanity into your heart, and definitely don't expect anything from others, but it will boost up your humanity, and it will boost up your the best creative best creation of the world. Remember people's name, it is very important, but sometimes it's may very difficult to remember all people's name around you. Do you know the name of barista who makes your cappuccino every morning? The mail delivery person, your child's classroom aide. Knowing someone's name is empowering, because most of us truly enjoy hearing our own names, and it shows respect for the person. This is not so much about etiquette, but more that it is meaningful because someone acknowledged me and remembered by my name. So post, everyone likes to feel he or she matters. That means it is very important, dear students. Try to get this thing from this stage of your life. If you practice these things, just believe your life will be easier. If you just call any person by his name, definitely your work will be easier, and that very person will feel better. So try to remember the name of that people whom you deal with every day. Try to remember the people of that name. And everybody wants to be actually respected, wants to be try to get importance from others. And if you just call them by their names, definitely they will feel better and they will feel the importance. Look people in the eye, not at your smartphone. It is very important, and nowadays it is becoming very common that people are conversing and people are just communicating with each other, but they're not making any eye contact. Eye contact is very important. Eye contact is very important. If you want to deal with somebody, if you want to talk with somebody, definitely don't forget to make a good eye contact. Suppose somebody is talking to you, but you are busy with your smartphone. What does it mean? You are ignoring that very person. That person will feel offended. So try to make an eye contact. Whether you are out to dinner or chatting with your kids after school, look at the person who is speaking with you. We miss a lot of meaning when we are making eye contact, says Grosso. That means if you communicate with anybody by making a good eye contact, of course you can realize the feelings of that person's inside. Whether intended or not, staring at your phone also says you are not as important or interesting as my phone right now. That means you are giving importance to your phone, not to the person. That means that person will feel offended. So you should just look at the person with whom you are talking to. Tuck it in your pocket and handbag if you are easily tempted, or shut up the dining so you can concentrate on the real live person in front of you. That means when you are speaking with anybody, definitely you should put your smartphone or anything which will make you busy inside your pocket or inside your bag, so that you can give importance to the very person. Give people a pass. Give people a pass. My dear students, actually, sometimes we fail to read the happenings that happen inside a human mind. Just think, cranky salesperson. You are just considering the salesperson, oh, you are stupid, you are not active, you are very lazy. And sometimes you are saying, oh, you are a nasty driver. No, you should not think in this way, or you should not behave with them in this way. But because you don't know what is happening inside him, you don't know that. You have no idea what is going on with that person right now. Did her dog die? Did he just get bad health news? You don't have to reward ugly behavior with your own stance, which only perpetuates the cycle. That means you are behaving rude with that person, you don't know what is happening inside the person's mind. Maybe he is bearing a heavy load inside him, but you are behaving with him rude. No, you should not behave rude with anybody. Try to give people a pass. Cough or sneeze into your elbow. This thing is going on all over the world in COVID-19 situation. That means, suppose you are feeling cough or sneeze. Wow, what will you do? Don't try to throw it on anybody's mouth. Try to make it personal. This year's flu season is brutal. Make sure you are doing what you can to avoid spreading germs. Actually, not only spreading germs, but also it looks very odd. It looks very odd. So if you feel cough or sneeze, of course you have to just do these things like in this way, so that somebody will not feel bothered. Never arrive gift less. Suppose you are invited. Don't forget to give a gift. Maybe it is small. It is customary to show your host or hostess appreciation by bringing him or her a proper present. And think about the occasion, think about the actual party, or think about the situation while taking a gift. Leave certain subjects matter at the door. Unless the host or hostess bring up the religion, politics, these topics are best left for another time, not the dinner table where it could cause indigestion. That means while taking food or at the dining table, you should follow some rules. You should not discuss about some argumentative topics like religion, politics, just like these things. You should just avoid these things, discussing with your friends, with your family, while you are sitting on a dining table. Always show respect, especially when discussing or posting about politics. Suppose you may like somebody. That very person may be disliked by somebody. No problem. You should respect. You should respect each other. And you can share your political views and even disagree with your friends, family, and network, as long as you do it with basic manners. Don't question someone's intelligence or integrity. While talking, you should not say anybody that you don't know anything about this. You don't have any knowledge. You don't have much knowledge about regarding these fields. No, you should not question about the intelligence of others. Don't say these things. Never post photos of someone else's children. It is offensive. It is offensive. Suppose you are taking a photograph of a little baby of somebody and you are posting that things in Facebook. No, it is offensive. Don't do it without getting the permission from that person. You have to take permission from the baby's parents. Privacy is very important to some parents and families, which is why you should always ask for permission before posting. People have digital boundaries for their families, and it is important to respect them. It is also against the rules. If a friend shares images of child under 13 or on Facebook without your permission, they are violating Facebook privacy rights. You have right to ask the poster to remove the image through Facebook. Dear students, regarding these things, I would like to just remind one thing more. The Facebook is a social media, and Facebook sometimes makes our life easier to communicate with our friends whom we don't see, whom we can't see, whom we can't communicate, but through Facebook we can communicate with them very easily. But try to remember one thing that is very important. It is don't forget the word privacy. Sometimes we see some very personal pictures, very personal photos, very personal thinking should not be shared on Facebook. And suppose you are going somewhere, you should not actually update anything on your Facebook, because many people may follow you. So try to make a privacy in these fields. And if you want to post anybody's photos, anybody's document on your timeline, don't forget to take permission from that very person. Never share unflattering photos. Let's remember the golden rules. Treat others as you would like to be treated. That means You always maintain your privacy. Don't forget to maintain others' privacy. You would not like if someone shared an embarrassing or unattractive image of you, right? That means you will not feel better if anybody posts your unattractive photo or photograph on your Facebook. You don't like it. So you should not do these things the same way. Find and evaluate the original source before you share. Sometimes without getting the actual thing, without getting the original source, sometimes we post something, we share something on our wall. No, don't do these things. You have to be confirmed. You have to be actually sure about posting anything, about sharing anything about the source of that things. Suppose you are getting an information on anybody's wall, you are sharing these things. No, don't share these things without getting the original source. You may think that popular story is out to share, but it could be insensitive or deliberately inaccurate about spreading fake news defined as deliberate in misinformation or hoaxes, scams, and potentially offensive stories by doing a little research first. So without getting the original source, you should not share anything on your Facebook wall. Now, dear students, I would like to show you some tips that are very important to remember and to practice in your daily life. I would like to focus on some important tips that should be practiced regularly and that should be maintained in your daily life if you want to make your life smoother. If you want to make your life smooth, you have to, of course, follow these tips. And I expect from you, you will follow these tips in your daily life. And I believe deeply that your life will be smoother if you just follow these things every day. Number one, just think, push your chair in when you leave a table. Just you are leaving a table, but you are not pushing your chair accordingly. That is bad manner. So you have to push your chair in when you leave a table. And then don't make someone else do it for you. Don't make someone else do it for you. Ask before bringing a guest. It is very stupidity. What is that? You are invited to someone's house. You are taking somebody with you without informing the host. This is really stupidity. Of course, you have to inform your host that you are bringing somebody with you. You should not, without informing, you should not bring anybody with you. Your kids, your pet, don't assume they are automatically invited. Don't think that I will go, so my family, my kids will go with me, no problem. No. If you are invited alone, of course you should go alone. If you want to go with anybody with you, definitely you have to inform your host about that very person, no matter how well you know your host or hostess. Sometimes we visit someone's house, they are very close to us, but without informing them, we are bringing somebody with them. They will feel embarrassed. So don't do this thing. And then wait until everyone has been served to start eating. Sometimes after getting food on our dining table, we start just eating. No, don't do this thing. You should start eating when everybody starts eating. So don't try to do these things. You stay home when you are sick. When you are sick. It is also the slogan of today regarding COVID-19. What is that? Stay home when you are sick. Knock before you enter. No one likes to be burst in on. Try to practice this from your house. Suppose you want to enter your mother's room or father or your brother's or sister's room, try to knock at the door first. Then if you are allowed, you may go inside. You should practice it. Remember your table manners. Table manners is very important. Table manners. How will you take your food? How will you take your food? Napkin on your lap. No elbows on the table just like that. No. You should not take your food on the dining table just like that. That means you should not put your elbows on the table while taking food. Chew with your mouth closed. You should chew your food. You should take food by closing your mouth. You should not speak taking food. While taking food, you should not speak. So try to close your mouth while taking food. And don't make any sound while taking tea. Don't make any sound while taking tea. It looks really odd. It looks really odd. And taking food inside mouth is really odd. So try to avoid talking while taking food. Silence your smartphone at the movies. Actually, not at the cinema hall, at the movies or any place. Try to follow some rules. Try to follow some etiquettes or manners which will show you that you are a smart personality, you are a conscious personality. Suppose you are saying prayers in the mosque or any religious places, definitely you should make your smartphone silent. Don't groom yourself in public. Don't clip your nails, brush your hair, or force your teeth in public, because it is just gross. Sometimes in public places we are just brushing our hair like this. No, this looks very odd. We should not just clip our nail in this way or through nail cutter, or we should not actually making our teeth clean inside in the public place. If you want to just clean your teeth, of course you have to hold your mouth in this way and you have to clean your teeth. This is very important. Learn to say you are sorry. Be the beginner person. Don't think that, why I will say sorry? No, I will not say sorry. Dear students, try to say sorry and try to be the beginner. Don't lose the chance. It is a chance to say sorry. It is a chance to say sorry. If you just learn to say sorry, your life will be easier. Don't expect the work from others. Try to be the beginner, though you are not actually responsible for that job. Suppose you are not responsible for that job, but don't miss the chance. Try to say sorry. Try to say sorry. Actually, when your teacher will ask any question, suppose you are facing a Viva Voce or an interview board, you are asked a question, but you don't know the answer. What should we say? I don't know. No. Try to say, sorry, sir. Try to say, sorry, sir. This word bears many meanings. Suppose you fail to understand. You fail to understand any question. What do we say? Sir, I can't understand. No. Try to say in this way. Your expression should be like this. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. It means that you fail to understand. So, try to use the word properly. When you enter a room, greet everyone. No one likes to be ignored. So, you are entering a room, you are entering a conference, you are entering anywhere. Don't forget to greet everyone. They are present here. Try to say them, try to greet them like according to your religion, according to the custom, according to the culture, like that. Good morning, good evening. Don't say good night. Why? Actually, it is closing. And good night, assalamu alaikum, adab, namaskar, hello. In this way, you should greet everyone. And then return calls. If someone takes the time to leave you a voicemail, take the time to call him or her back. You should not ignore anybody's calling, anybody's actually aspiration to meet you. So if anybody calls you, if you fail to just hold it up, definitely try to return that things afterwards. Don't forget these things. So actually these are the basics. There are many things to share. Definitely, inshallah, we'll share these things afterwards, and I expect that thing within very short time we'll be able to meet you together. I expect these things. Try to be optimistic. Don't try to be pessimistic. Try to be optimistic. Inshallah, everything will be come down. Everything will be cool, and we'll be able to meet you soon together. And the situation right now is really unbearable situation. So I would like to show you some tips which should be followed. Which should be followed to avoid the risk from virus. Because we are passing a pandemic time. the world is really passing a very suffocating time. For that reason, I would like to show you some tips, and you should maintain these tips for just avoiding the risk of virus. So try to build up some habits and try to be aware about these things. That means 10 habits that are putting you at the risk of virus. That these 10 habits, where we should avoid these 10 habits. What are they? Forgetting to wash your thumbs. Wash your thumbs. That means while washing your hand, so don't forget to all the fingers and thumbs like this. You know how to wash your hand. Putting your purse on the floor. Suppose you are carrying a purse with you, you should not put your purse here and there, because the floor may bear germ. So don't put your purse on the floor. If you do it unconsciously, don't forget to clean that things. Keeping toothbrush too close. You should keep your toothbrush in a proper place, and it should be covered. It should be covered. Why? Because it may be actually attacked by many things, by many germs. So you should close, or you should cover your toothbrush. Forgetting to disinfect all handles. Forgetting to disinfect all handles. This is very important. Try to follow these things and try to actually just share these things with your family members. We always clean doorknobs, but we often forget kitchen cabinets handles and range knobs. Some of the grimmest places in the house are the spots everyone touches, says 40. You should give them a good wipe down at least every other day, if you can remember. And really, if you know someone in the house is sick with the flu, so try to just clean all the knobs, including your kitchen cabinet. Wearing your shoes inside the house, it is very bad habit. You should not wear your shoes inside your house, because you don't know what is actually whatever virus you are bearing inside your shoes. So try to just wear your shoes outside your house. Eating lunch at your desk. Our official desk are used by many persons, and when you use your desk, you may meet with many bodies, and definitely it has a risk if you just take your lunch at your desk without cleaning it, without disinfecting it. Using your phone in the bathroom. Dear students, actually anything you take into the bathroom can get contaminated with germs or fecal matter. So don't try to use your phone inside your bathroom. Forgetting to eat yogurt. Yogurt is very important for our digestion and for our boosting of our immune system. So try to take yogurt every day. Waiting too long to change your sheets. Waiting too long to change your sheets. Sometimes we don't change our bed sheet for a month even. Try to use that bed sheet at least once in a week. Not getting a flu shot. Park your shopping cart on the side of the aisle, not the center. The rest of us are shopping too. That means try to just park your vehicle in such a way so that somebody may use the road properly and your vehicle will be safe. So lastly, I would like to say you, dear students, clean up after yourself at home, at work, at friend's house. Try to make yourself clean. Try to make yourself clean after yourself at home, at work, at a friend's house. So these are the things that are very important, that are very important in our daily life. And my dear students, if you follow these things in your daily life, I hope your life will be smoother. And of course you have to follow these things because you are educated, and somebody will get information, somebody will follow you who don't know how to behave with others, how to deal with others in the daily life. So I think you will boost up these habits inside yourself, and of course you have to practice it regularly. So that's all for today regarding etiquette and manner. Let me see your comments. Let me just actually see your presence in the class. Dear students, later I will enter the original text. So I would like to see the comments, or I would like to see the presence of my students today. Though I can't follow, I can't see you physically. Yes, actually there are many students in right now. Actually many students are attending the class, and dear students, before commenting anything, I would like to say one thing. Try to comment properly, try to just ask the thing which you fail to understand. One student just asked me what does it mean tuck. That means to put something somewhere. To put something somewhere. That means tuck. There are many students here. I can see. I would like to mention some of students' names, but the students whom I will forget to mention, they may be they may be angry, or they may be not feel better. So yes, I can see the presence of many students. You can express your feelings, you can express your idea regarding etiquette and manner. That means today I am dealing with some students just ask me about the rules or the rights of using Facebook. Don't bother about these things. Try to make your privacy. Try to make your privacy. Okay, dear students. Yes, somebody just comments this class will be very important for our daily. Yes, I believe also. I believe also this class will help you for your daily life, for your practical life, the practical world. I also believe it. So, dear students, try to follow these things. Okay, let me enter the class. In the next class, I will take the next class on 16th of this instant, and I would like to focus on this passage, and I expect that you will just go through the lesson, unit 4, lesson 1, etiquette and manners. In the next class, definitely in the next class, inshallah, we will go through the text and we will practice some questions from the text, and inshallah I will expect the presence of my students on the next class. And you know, dear students, before entering the class, why I dealt with this many things, because actually this lesson, this unit deals with these basic things, and definitely the student should be informed about this area. Maybe we can easily just enter the lesson directly, but I believe that at first you should know what is etiquette, what is manner, and why this is important in your life. So dear students, I would like to finish the class today. Before finishing the class, I would like to say one thing again. What I do usually, that is, your life is very important. You are born in the world. Actually, you are not a person only. You are a dream. You are a dream of your parents. You are a dream of the world. And I think by working hard, definitely you will be able to fulfill the dream. And try to be a dreamer. Try to be a dreamer. Try to be an initiator, and try to boost up your courage so that you can achieve your success. And success actually I always say one thing: success actually in your hand. In your hand, just if you open your hand, you can see the success. That means you can be successful by trying by being confident in yourself. If you can be confident, if you can be enthusiastic, if you can be hardworking, definitely you can achieve success. So dear students, I expect your health and heart situation. You will lead a good health, and you will always stay safe. Before finishing the class, I would like to just inform you one thing. That means on 15th of this instant, that means on coming Sunday, we are going to arrange a recitation on Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman at 11 on coming Sunday. I will expect your presence online. আমি তোমাদেরকে ক্লাসটা শেষ করার পূর্বে একটু কথাটা বলতে চাই। সেটা হচ্ছে যে আমরা জানি যে আমরা হাজার বছরের শ্রেষ্ঠ বাঙালি জাতির পিতা বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিবুর রহমানের জন্ম শতবর্ষিকী পালন করছি। এই প্যান্ডামিকের মধ্যে আমাদের অনেক ইচ্ছা থাকা সত্ত্বেও অনেক কিছু করতে পারিনি। তবে আগামী রবিবার আমরা 11টার সময় তোমরা ক্লাসে যেভাবে আজকে জয়েন করেছো এভাবে থাকবা ইনশাল্লাহ। আগামী রবিবার 11টায় আমরা কবিতায় বঙ্গবন্ধু পরিবেশন করতে যাচ্ছি। আমার মনে হয় তোমরা কবিতার মধ্য দিয়ে বঙ্গবন্ধুকে চিনতে পারবা। আর একটা কথা বলি, মাই ডিয়ার স্টুডেন্টস, তোমরা নেলসন ম্যান্ডেলার নাম তো তোমাদেরকে বলা হয়েছে, তোমরা শুনেছো, পরবর্তীতে তোমরা মার্টিন লুথার কিং সম্বন্ধে জানবা, অলরেডি বোধহয় জেনে গিয়েছো। দেখো বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিবুর রহমান, মহাত্মা গান্ধী, জর্জ ওয়াশিংটন, এরকম অনেক মানুষের নাম তোমরা শুনবা, যে মানুষগুলো কিন্তু আসলে তাদের জীবন দিয়ে তাদের এই একটা দেশকে গঠন করেছেন। বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিবুর রহমান আমাদের এই যে দেশটাকে আমাদেরকে দিয়েছেন, এবং আমরা একটা স্বাধীন দেশের নাগরিক, একটা মানুষের জীবনের স্যাক্রিফাইস দিয়ে বহুমাত্রিক ভাবে তাকে দেখার সুযোগ আছে। কাজেই আমরা কবিতার মধ্য দিয়ে বঙ্গবন্ধুকে দেখতে চাই। তোমরা আশা করব আগামী রবিবার 11টার সময় তোমরা অনলাইনে থাকবা, ইনশাল্লাহ তোমাদের সাথে দেখা হবে। ভালো থেকো। আর 16 তারিখে ইনশাল্লাহ তোমাদেরকে এই লেসনটা নিয়ে আমরা কথা বলবো। ভালো থেকো। আল্লাহ হাফেজ।